Nathan! Stop!
This is Stephanie Serenko's daily reality.
It's a fight. It's a struggle every day. Just to make it through the day and to make him get through the day.
Her son Mason is 8 years old and weighs 180 pounds. She is a single mother and lives with her parents. When her father goes to work, she and her mother try to survive the day. She believes one day he will unintentionally kill her.
Yeah, I think he will. It's dangerous to be with him alone. It's hard. It's really hard.
Stephanie has had her nose broken twice and chunks of her hair pulled out. Her mother has also been injured.
Hey special family, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Autismmom, and on this channel we talk about autism and everything in between. Let's take a look at today's fair use reaction video, shall we?
In constant fear of being attacked in their own home, and they are desperate. This is the story of a family struggling to cope with a child who has autism. They love him, but they are terrified for him and for each other. I have to warn you, this is a difficult story to watch.
Nathan! Stop!
This is Stephanie Serenko's daily reality.
It's a fight. It's a struggle every day. Just to make it through the day and to make him get through the day.
Her son Mason is 8 years old and weighs 180 pounds. She is a single mother and lives with her parents. When her father goes to work, she and her mother try to survive the day. She believes one day he will unintentionally kill her.
Yeah, I think he will. It's dangerous to be with him alone. It's hard. It's really hard.
Stephanie has had her nose broken twice and chunks of her hair pulled out. Her mother has also been injured.
I got a black eye from him. I've had broken ribs. About 6 months ago, he got me on the side and broke my ribs.
Ducking and dodging, worrying about him hitting, pinching, biting, breaking things. It's just endless.
No. Hey.
We are told this is an easy day, a 5 out of 10. The signs of outbursts on harder days are everywhere. The car, the couch, the cabinet doors.
Broken the stove, and it's not just a crack, it's a hole, like a complete shattered with his head.
Mace, no!
Mason was diagnosed at 2 and was on the Ontario Autism program waitlist for 5 years. He only started receiving funding for therapy this year.
There's no help unless you have money.
They don't have money. Therapy can cost $100,000 a year. Stephanie and her mother can't work because they both have to stay home with Mason and protect each other. Mason does go to school, but only for part of the day.
The staff has to wear protective gear because he has sent a few staff to hospital.
Stephanie says she's hit a roadblock. There are either no resources or there are long wait lists. She needs help and none is available. She believes Mason needs to be in a group home, but he's too young. One day she was so desperate, she called the Children's Aid Society.
On ourselves because we didn't know what else to do. It's the first time they've ever had an experience like that where someone's called in on themselves, really.
This is what a family in crisis looks like. They are shattered.
Hell.
Okay, so you have seen the video, and this is some of the special need parents, their real life. This is their day-to-day. This is what they go through. And you can say, oh, all that child needs is a good spanking and be back. No, ma'am. And sometimes, in most cases, from what I've seen, if you start with your discipline from early on, they know what to and what not to. And they will try you sometime, but you pull that string right back. We're following this line, buddy. We're not going your line. You're following my line. This is what we're doing. And you'll be okay. But some kids, will not adhere no matter what line you pull for them. And in this family's case, they can't afford ABA, they don't have therapy services, they're trying to do this on their own. All I have to say is, ma'am, your child is time that your child goes to a group home. Because mentally, you're losing it. You're not there no more. You can't. It's visible. And your child needs to be in a group home. And I know it's so hard to get children into group homes these days, because not even these days, there aren't enough. There isn't enough help. If any family is thinking to come to Georgia with your special needs child, don't do it. There isn't enough help here. Go to California. Go to New York, New Jersey. Go to one of them states. Georgia ain't it. Tell you now, it ain't it. So let's go to the comment section and see what the commenters have to say. First commenter says, my son has autism and does not communicate, but is well behaved because I don't allow bad behavior. I discipline the same as I would if he didn't. I don't make exceptions because of his diagnosis. I am a single mom, and yes, it's hard. If he has a meltdown or gets aggressive, I put a stop to it immediately. I also have him on gelatin therapy and an ABA. He communicates through a tablet. My mother didn't play when it came to bad behavior when I was little, and I don't either. All kids need structure and direction, especially ASD kids. They will thrive because of structure, clean diet, discipline, and therapy. Trust me, I know it firsthand. Somebody else responded, 100% exactly the comment I was looking for. His parents don't discipline him when he behaves that way, and likely provides no structure and no way for him to communicate. And on top of that, he weighs like 180 pounds at the age of 8, which means his diet is poisoning him, and probably about 60% responsible for those outbursts. Next commenter, I totally agree. Just because the child has a disability doesn't mean we treat them differently. These kids are very smart. They need structure and discipline just like any other child. Couldn't have said it better. That's why they always say, parent the child, not the autism. Because a lot of parents like to use the excuse, but he has autism, but she has autism, but they can't help it, they have autism. That doesn't mean they don't need structure. That doesn't mean they don't need guidance. Parent the child, not the diagnosis. Parent the child, not the autism. Next commenter, if someone tells you autism is a superpower, show them this video. Now I like that. I like this. Okay, I will. Next, I put a stop to it. How would you suggest these caregivers who are regularly physically overpowered and beaten by the child do that? They also clearly state that they can't afford therapy because they need to stay home to care for him and are trying everything to find funding but have nothing. It's so easy to sit in a comment section and type out condescending lectures about structure and clean eating and just get therapy when you are so far removed from the actual situation. She got a point. Go away. I live this reality every day. You have no effing clue what this is like. I have first-hand experience along with millions of other families, and especially everyone is in agreement on what it takes to treat ASD, which is a combo of chelation therapy, ABA, clean eating, and structure, which I'm sure you have no clue about. Stay in your own lane. Every autism situation is different. You should know this. If you have an autistic child, I would suggest read more on it or attend more autism awareness function. Also, you shouldn't be here judging someone else's situation because it's not yours. Let's put it like this. No two kids with autism are the same. You can have structure, give chelation therapy, ABA, but some kids are far more aggressive than others. And kudos to the parents who get it right, but it doesn't work for every parent. And that one person is right. I don't think we should judge a parent because it's not working for them. And yes, maybe they had a hand and could have made better choices earlier, but it is what it is now, and now they need help. So where do we go from here? But yes, if you can start early on making sure you put discipline and structure, just like you would a normal child, because you're parenting the child, not the autism, that can help you a whole lot. I've seen it in my own life. So yeah, both parties are right. I'm not saying one is right and one is wrong, but I'm also saying no two kids with autism are the same. What works for one doesn't work for the other. So we also have to take that into consideration. Next, the only people that ever watch these are us. That's the hard part. It's not camera friendly, so people skip it. Because autism is this wonderful little bubbly genius thing. They all see these little geniuses and they have autism. This part? Somebody else responded, true. And also if they do watch, they say that's not autism. There's other things wrong with him. Right. It's called a meltdown. Next commenter, a month ago we had a crisis with Joshua. Had to call the rescue and 6 police officers to hold him down. He went tied to the stretcher to the Children's Hospital neurologist floor for 3 days. He was given Gideon injection. He doesn't take pills, are super tricky or difficult to hide it in foods. Me and my mom are going day by day, working and suffering. Somebody else responded, oh no, this breaks my heart. I am so sorry, my friend. Joshua is in my thoughts and I'm sending love your way. Yeah, some parents at this point, they see it as suffering because they have to deal with their own feelings, the child meltdown. It's like having whiplash every day and you don't know when it's coming. Next, conservatives are pro-life until they're tasked with figuring out what to do with children like him. Then they say to treat him like old Yeller. What the heck did I just read? Somebody else responded, too bad your mother chose to keep you. Children like him? Yes, he is a human being. Get some therapy for yourself. So the better choice would have been to kill him in the womb? Wow, crazy position, but you are entitled to your opinion. Next commenter, hi, I have severe autism and I'm classified as partially nonverbal. I agree with this comment. He clearly wasn't being ableist. He was saying kids who act this violent and aggressive, not disabled kids. And yeah, most conservative viewpoints literally encourage beating your disabled children. So yes, they do treat them like old Yeller. Can somebody explain to me in the comment section what this old Yeller is? Next commenter, it's time to move to a state that has help and support needed. It's so heartbreaking to see this poor baby struggle and the mama and family too. I have 2 on the spectrum and 1 kid is exhausting from self-harming to hurting us. Not to this extreme, but I'm exhausted mentally, emotionally, and physically every day. Preach. We got him into an ABA-based school with funding to pay it and it's been amazing. I live in Arizona, if that helps. Help and resources out here for our ASD babies is honestly great. I pray you receive the needed help for him or to move to a place that could give you the peace your baby needs for your sake and his. Somebody else responded, it's time every state have a program like California IHSS. I heard about this IHSS. I wish. Georgia wish. The parents in Georgia wish. Next commenter says, I completely agree. Our kids deserve a chance at good comfort life with the correct support. Next commenter, exactly. The resources are spread thin and there is a wait list for a respite through the regional centers. I can't move because I want to make sure my son has resources. Yeah, because if you move, you start all over again. Ground zero. Next, time to try some cannabis. Honey, we did. Made him more aggressive than ever. Somebody responded, you're right, just keep pumping him with pharmaceuticals that won't work in the end. Somebody else says, that's a good idea, plus it's legal in Ontario. Someone said, parents have been using cannabis to treat the aggression and SIB in their profoundly autistic children even before it was legal in their state for the sheer reason that it's the only thing that made a difference in their children's extremely destructive behaviors. The stigma needs to end and there needs to be more research done in this area ASAP. Someone responded, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I guarantee it will most likely work. Not for everyone. Like they said, no 2 kids with autism are the same. Next commenter, risperidone, that's what my son used. Depakote, Vistaril. I rely on all these to take care of my 32-year-old severely autistic son. Someone responded, some of these medication can make people go into psychosis. Someone else responded, I realize you must have your son under a doctor's care, but those drugs are scary. I too live with a 45-year-old son. He is on the spectrum, not verbal and very strong. He too has full-on tantrums, fixated on food and self-harms, and screams for hours nightly. Our adult children have no access to services or respite. I think people seem to forget that kids with autism turn into adults with autism. There is so much help for kids with autism, but you have to scrape and scramble for adults with autism. That's the part I'm like, gosh, when? Last commenter, there's no shame in putting him in a permanent care facility. None at all. Take it into consideration. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.